Hi devs, welcome back to a new part. Let's just do a little bit of housekeeping. So this was the wrong way around. This auto suggestion box already has its own little icon that you can use. So we don't need this symbol icon underneath it. We can just come inside our auto suggestion box and type query icon and then type find. And that adds it for us. Excuse me. Right. So what I want to do now, if we actually come over to the documentation for the auto suggestion box, you can see that there's three methods that we can use. So we've got a text changed, suggestion chosen, and query submitted. We're going to be using all of these, but to do that, we actually need to be able to save to a database, and that's what we're going to do. So we're going to create a database and add a few tables to it. So if we right click on our, right click on our solution, go to manage NuGet packages, and then we can just copy that, Sqlite core, select, no, apologies. First of all, we need to add the new project. So we'll go to add, new project, make sure you right click on, let's just show you. Make sure you right click on the solution and not the project. Add project, and then we want to get a class library. So we need to, we'll call this data access library. Create. Set it to the same as our project, and let's just change that class name to data access. And we want to reference that in our web browser to project. Right click the reference, add, and then under projects, it should be there. So now we've got it connected together. So what we want to do now is go to here, go to browse microsoft.data.sqlite.core, and you want to choose both projects, and I'm going to put latest stable version and then install. Once that's done, we want to go back to our browse tab and paste that Sqlite PCL raw.bundle _ win Sqlite 3, and it's this top one. And this is only going to be for our Universal Windows project, and I'm going to put that to the stable as well, and then install. I'm not sure if that's correct, but I just had an error then that said embedded resources blah blah blah. It wasn't working. It wasn't supported, so I've just changed it to content. I don't know if that's going to work or not. We'll soon find out. Right, so I've got this application that I found, actually I can't remember where I found it, but it's called DB Browse DB browser for Sqlite. I found it on the internet. I just searched Sqlite web local database, local file, local database reader, and yeah. So I've been using this. It's really useful. You can just drag and drop a database file into it, and it'll show you the tables and stuff. So I'd highly recommend downloading that just so you can see what we're actually working with. Also, in my previous one of my other videos, I told you about this application, LocalStateReset. This is what I made. I'll put the link for it down in the description. I'll just give you a quick demonstration. This is just going to make our life a lot easier when we're actually working with the file system. So we copy this package family name, copy that, put it into package ID, and then we just get the name of the application. Make sure it's the same, because then we can open our solution and stuff from here, and then click save. I'm going to remove that one because that was the old version. So if we select that, what this will do is it'll open up our see, it's opened up because sometimes it's quite difficult to find whereabouts the package is or what the extension name is and stuff. So I thought I'd just make this to make my life easier. And what you can do here, you can actually just like click the one button and then it'll delete everything, or you can just delete the local state or delete the settings. I've only put them two in because that's what I normally just need to delete. But because obviously if you're making an application and you're testing out settings within the application, and then you obviously want to restart you want to start from fresh, all you need to do is come in here and delete settings or delete local state or just delete everything, and then it'll generate again when it loads up. So that's a really useful application just for you to play about with and use to your Arcs content. It's free. I'll just link to my OneDrive or something. Okay, we've connected our database. Now what we want to do is we want to actually add some tables to it. So if we go into our data access, in fact, actually, let's go into our main window.cs and let's just, using data access library, let's add that there. And actually we'll put it inside our app.cs too, using data access library. Okay, let's just close these tabs that we don't need at the moment. So, right, so the first thing I want to do is I want to do data access. Actually do public void initialize database. Initialize database. So inside here this needs to be this needs to be a static actually. So let's just reference that. And to initialize the database, let's do await so that will make it an async. Application data, let's start with that. Dot current dot local folder dot create file async Sqlite. Sorry, actually we'll call it. So first one. We'll call search terms. And then creation options, and then we'll say replace. No, we don't want to replace that. We want to say open if exists. Let's create a public. Let's create a private static string, and we'll call it we will scrap that. So underneath here we'll do string db path equals path dot combine. Sorry, we need to add a reference to that. Dot combine, and then it will be application data dot current dot local folder dot path, and then actually, sorry, we're creating the database here, so this will just be web browser 2 dot db. So as I was going to do before, we'll do static string, and then db path equals, just round that, browser 2 dot db, and then we'll just use db path there. Okay, so down here we're going to say using Sqlite connection. We'll say com equals new Sqlite connection, and then in here make sure you use a $, and then file name equals, and then we'll do that. This is why you need the $, because now you can add. Sorry, I've done that wrong. It's supposed to be on the outside. db path, like that, and then we'll just open that. Conda open string table, I would say right, let's do string table command. So the table command, we're going to create our search terms. So search terms table command equals, and then create table if not exists search terms, and then we'll add our data types. So for this, we're going to have, sorry, yawning. Create table if not exists, search terms, and first of all, we're going to have primary So no, first of all, we're going to have search term ID can be an integer and primary key, comma, search, this is going to be search term, varchar and then in brackets, suppose we can do 2048. I think that's the longest you can have it in a search query. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere. No, not null. For now, I think that should be okay. We can add more to it, and this is where this application comes in handy, because now we can, instead of having to update the table, we can just recreate it. So what I'm going to do, let's just put that like that. And then now what we want to do is I want to say SQLite command create table equals new SQLite command, and then search term table command, and then com, and then underneath that we'll say create table dot execute reader. I always think that that's such a weird way of putting it, because your execute reader is, I'm sure there's a very valid point, but it's confusing. So now we need to initialize it. So if we go into our app, underneath here we can say data access dot initialize database, like that. Let me just double check this to make sure it's right. I feel like it's not. Hopefully don't crash. Well, it loaded up, which is good. And now we can come over to this application and we can open the location. Oh, actually, let's open that location. Open local state, and there you go. You've got your database. To see if it's actually created anything, we can just drag that into this application. And we've got search terms. There you go. Search ID, search terms. You can browse database. Just like that. It's that simple. Okay. Oh, what are we doing for time? Anyway. I'm going to leave that there. In the next part, we're actually going to be adding to the database by actually submitting searches. So stick around for that. I'll see you in the next part. That'll be coming again at some point today. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Bye.